Hey guys, welcome back to another review, and really exciting review today guys, because we have earbuds and $200 earbuds at that. I haven't checked out earbuds in a long time, but actually NiceHCK does really good earbuds, because one of my favorites under $10 is a NiceHCK as well. So yes, let's open this thing and I'm gonna give you guys my impressions as well in how this sounds like. Of course, big thanks to NiceHCK themselves for sending this over. Links down below for their shop. So it says NiceHCK, and actually a pretty big box as well. EBX21 flagship earbud with MMCX detachable cable. So it seems that this is their flagship earbuds, which is really interesting. So at the other side, you're getting EBX01 32 ohm impedance, MMCX as well. So that's nice, you know, for an earbud that you have in interchangeable cables. 4.2 millimeter driver unit. Actually, that's quite big for a driver unit. 20 to 32 kHz. So you have that, you know, higher frequency register, and shell material, aluminum alloy. Right, so we have a comeback of our Opinel knife. So yeah, definitely more upscale kind of box than your usual. It's a pretty neat kind of opening. There you go. So that is your unboxing experience, and look at this guys. Definitely a lot more premium than what I'm usually used to for earbuds. So looking at the case, it's definitely you know, nicely textured, but inside you do get that kind of suede kind of finish. And let's take a look at the cable first, because yeah, usually in this price range the cables are pretty nicely built. So you have that kind of braided cable, which is nice. All right, and you have that kind of gold trims. And yeah, this feels really nice in the hand. Definitely a more kind of upscale cable compared to what you're usually used to. And of course, you are getting that kind of MMCX connector as well. And you're even getting a case for your foam covers. All right, so you're getting donut foams as well. So looking at the buds itself, for my first impressions, definitely has that weight in the hand. And looking cool in these guys. Look at this, the kind of angled kind of design. So yeah, holding it in the hand, actually it's not that heavy. I was expecting it to be a little bit more heavy, because it's an all metal kind of design, and it's quite big also, but it's not that weighty. It's just okay. So this can, you know, be comfortable to wear on the ear, and not that big as well. So it's, you know, fairly similar to maybe what you get with your usual earbuds, but what I do like about this is the gunmetal kind of finish is really nice. I do like, you know, that kind of darker metal kind of finish. It looks more upscale, so definitely really looks cool on that. Right, so on the ear, it's definitely your typical earbuds, you know, kind of wear on the ear, but this is a little bit heavier. So actually without the foam, it's not that stable to, you know, wear on the ear. So you definitely need that foam to maybe get a better seal and also better stability in your ear. But these are pretty comfortable, because yes, these are earbuds kind of design. It's an open, you know, kind of design, and there's also breathability on the ear. So yeah, you can wear this for a long listening session, especially with some foams on. Alright, so moving on to the measurements. So this is a U-shaped kind of sound with a little bit of treble elevation at the top. So in the measurements from the bass region, is actually fairly neutral at around 600 Hertz region, and after that there's some dip going to the 2K region, and the recession is from 2K to 5K with the minor peak at around 8K region, and after that it goes down. So actually this is not, you know, a super aggressive U shape. So actually on the ear, it's not, you know, the same compared to your more aggressive U shapes that maybe the Tirpoen TC01. But even so, even with that kind of tuning, this really lively to listen to, really engaging to listen to. So definitely it falls in that kind of price range in terms of the impact and liveliness in the sound. So this did remind me of the Dunu DK3001 in terms of the impact and the liveliness in the sound. So you know, for some percussive instruments, there's some snap there that you know, makes it different from other dynamic drivers. And of course, given that it has a metal housing as well, the impact is definitely more pronounced. It's more snappy in terms of the presentation. So really lively and engaging. And also what I really like about these is this has tight and punchy bass. and also pretty good separation as well, but we're gonna detail that. So I prefer this with full foam covers. So for my sound impressions, that is what we are gonna use. So the highs for me have pretty good body, not peaky kind of sound, but there's actually enough extension at the top to make this still not boring to listen to. Definitely for me, this kind of more for mature, kind of highs. It's not super colored to listen to. There's no prominent peaks that might color the sound and add a little bit more shimmer on top. So yeah, very tamed highs in these, and I didn't encounter any sibilance. But of course, if I'm gonna nitpick in these, it will depend on you. But if you're kind of used to that 10K peak, so maybe for some tracks that may be jazz types of tracks, that there's a lot of percussive instruments, the top might be a bit too boxy for you to listen to, but that will depend on you. Still pretty good for me overall. So the mids are for me the highlight of these. Definitely really nice vocals in these, and especially with the foam on, the vocals are natural in terms of the overall presentation, are pretty big in the mix as well, nice and prominent in the mix. So definitely very listenable in the mix and not shouty as well to listen to. And I do like that it's prominent in the mix, especially for the male vocals. But if I'm gonna nitpick, sometimes I did find the female vocals to be a bit too recessed for what I would like. Like for example, in Hard Times Paramore, I did find that the female vocals is maybe 1 to 2 dB than what I would like. But for male vocals, this is spot on. So yes, definitely for me, the mids are the strength in these. These are the highlight for me of these earbuds. So the bass is tight, the tightest that I have heard on an earbud. So again, maybe that metal housing and how they tune these, it's really fast and punchy as well. So the impact is definitely there, but it doesn't overpower the rest of the spectrum. So definitely the bass is enough in the mix. Maybe not for bass heads. This might be a bit back in the mix for bass heads. Some bass heads like to have theirs really forward in the mix. So this is not for bass heads. But I would say this high quality bass, the bass goes deep and also really tight as well, and the impact is definitely there. So again, one of the fastest that I've heard, especially for an earbud, and definitely with that dynamic driver type of presentation, it's still really prominent in the mix. So I would give the bass here high marks. In terms of soundstage, this is big. Actually, the width is greater than the height, and this actually reminded me of how big soundstages are in earbuds. So that's sometimes the advantage of earbuds, because it's an open kind of design, and the soundstage presentation to your ear is a little bit bigger, and definitely the soundstage here is really big as well. So separation is actually good as well because of that tight kind of sound. Also quite big of a stage. The separation is really good in these. Actually, the separation kind of reminds me maybe of the Blonde 01s. So yeah, really tight kind of sound on the ear. So definitely for a dynamic driver, the separation here is really good. The detail retrieval is also nice. I did listen to some micro detail in these as well, but of course this won't beat out your multi-driver counterparts, but definitely still fast in terms of the overall response, especially for a dynamic driver. Right, so in terms of the overall sound impressions for me, I'm really happy with my overall listen. But of course this might not be for everybody. So if you're used to having some clarity in your sound, you might find this a bit lower than what you would like. If you're used to having that air frequency elevation, that peak on top, you might find this a bit squared off or maybe a bit boxy. But definitely if you're into a more balanced kind of sound, this might be definitely for you. So for me overall, this is really an enjoyable listen for me, especially for those who like vocals. And this kind of reminded me of the DK3001, and the impact in the sound, the presentation, the liveliness, that snap in the sound. So definitely there's really good energy in the sound here. So for a casual kind of listen, this is really good. So definitely compared to other DDs that I have tried, this has some snap to it that makes bass hits, cymbals, percussions, really has that snap, that additional oomph to make it even more lively. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of maybe a live concert in a way, in terms of the overall presentation. So if you're into that kind of sound, this might be something that you can consider. So that's my review of the EBX21. So really missed listening to earbuds, because definitely there are different presentation on your ear. And do you like to see more earbuds here in the channel? Let me know down in the comments below. And thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt review. Bye bye.